And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here as we look for and receive updates and details on Hurricane Idalia. Bringing details regarding our local activity will be, of course, Orange County Mayor Jerry L. Demings. We're happy to have with us a guest host, a guest member. Where is he? Maxwell Frost is here with us. Glad you could be here with us, Congressman. Also, we have with us Under Sheriff Mark Canty from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Orange County Public Schools Executive Director of Communications, Scott Howitt, from Duke Energy, Lisa Curran, from OUC, Janice Osani, and from the Florida Department of Health in Orange County, Dr. Robert Karch. They will speak in that order. We will begin, of course, with Mayor Demings. Mayor?
All right. Thank you, Dr. Williamson, and thank you to all of you, the media, who have joined us here today. We have a lot of information to really cover with you, and thanks to my colleagues from the Board of County Commission who have joined me, as well as Congressman Frost. We'll be sharing a lot of information that our community will need to pay attention to for the next 24 to 48 hours or so. And so I do want to share with you that earlier today, Governor DeSantis did include Orange County in the statewide state of emergency. In addition, I signed a local state of emergency about an hour ago, and we did so because of the current conditions that we are experiencing within the peninsula here of Florida, as well as our local community. There's bad news and then some good news. The bad news is that Hurricane Idalia is expected to accelerate into a major Category 3 or 4 storm. Many people in our community know that at this time. However, that means that some of the counties that will not be directly impacted by hurricane force winds will be impacted by tropical force winds. And that means that here within Orange County, we will likely experience tropical force winds for 12 hours or so, beginning at midnight tonight, going until midday tomorrow. That's bad news for our community, because what that means is that while we will experience tropical force winds, there will be some damage caused as a result of that wind. And because of that, we made a decision that Orange County operations will be closed for normal business tomorrow. We plan to open for normal business again on Thursday of this week. In addition to Orange County government closing for normal business, we have been informed that the acting Chief Judge for the circuit, Chief Judge Reginald Whitehead, has decided that the Orange County courts will also be closed for normal business. We do believe that most of our constitutional offices, if not all of them, will also be closed for normal business tomorrow as well. We do look forward to reopening on Thursday. However, all of those emergency services that we normally provide, they will continue to operate, our first responders, our 911 call centers, etc. As of today, we are experiencing normal levels of calls for service within our 911 call centers, but our 311 call center is experiencing higher than normal calls for service. We've had over 230 calls to our 311 call center today. I want to remind you that if you want to access non-emergency local government services, there's one number that you can call, and that's 311. Many of the calls that we have received today have been for such things as sandbags and other assistance. I'll talk more about that in just a few moments. We do anticipate somewhere around 5 inches or so of rain, and the wind is what will likely be most problematic, though, for our community. And so we want people to prepare today to make certain that all of those potential wind-blown obstacles that could be a problem for all of our neighbors, such as your trash cans and things like that. We want you to take that in. We did have normal trash pickup in unincorporated Orange County today. However, tomorrow we will suspend the normal garbage and trash pickup. we anticipate resuming the pickup services on Thursday. So if your trash or whatever was supposed to be picked up on Wednesday is not picked up, the normal service for garbage pickup will resume next week on your regular scheduled day. I want to also let you know and remind you that the Sunrail services have been suspended. We believe that those services will likely resume on Thursday. Our Lynx bus services will end at 11 p.m. tonight. I am told by the CEO of Lynx that they anticipate resuming to full service on Thursday. However, there's a possibility that there will be some phased services that will resume sometime Wednesday afternoon. We believe that the most critical period of time for those of us here in Orange County will begin at noon tonight, at midnight tonight, and run through noon tomorrow. For that 12-hour period of time will be the most critical period of time. The National Weather Service is saying to us that we should anticipate sustained winds above 40 miles per hour with wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour, and that is what causes some significant challenges to us. So that's really the bad news for our community. The better news is that for Orange County at least, we're not likely going to experience hurricane force winds. But this is a storm that sometimes is unpredictable, and that means that things could change. So we do want people to pay attention and prepare today. About an hour ago, our 4 shelters open here within Orange County. There are 2 special needs shelters and 2 shelters for the general public. Any special needs residents who need specific assistance can dial our 311 ahead of time so that we can fully accommodate your transfer to a shelter facility if needed. The special needs shelter locations are Silver Star Recreation Center on North Apopka Island Road and the Goldenrod Recreation Center on North Goldenrod. For all other residents, there are 2 emergency shelter locations that have been open here in Orange County. We opened them about 1 p.m. today. They are at Barnett Park on West Colonial Drive and the South Econo-Lahatchie Recreation Center on the South Econ Trail area. We ask you to please refer to our website for additional shelter information at ocfl.net. Orange County Fire Rescue personnel was out. They started early today, working by knocking on doors at our mobile home communities in the western part of the county. They have visited some 6,000 mobile homes, handing out flyers in both English and Spanish and urging residents to temporarily relocate to a safer place to ride out the storm. And that safer place can be with a friend or a relative or at one of our nearby shelters. There's great concern for residents staying in their mobile homes during the strong and dangerous winds that we could experience. Canvassing for nursing homes and assisted living facilities took place yesterday to ensure the safety of this most vulnerable population. We rehearsed with them their various emergency plans and ensured that they are ready. Our self-serve sandbag locations opened up yesterday, and we expect that at 7 p.m. tonight we will close our sandbag locations. The sandbag locations that are open until 7 p.m. include the West Orange Recreation Center, the Claricona Horse Park, the Bithlow Community Park, the Meadowwoods Recreation Center, and Downey Park. Each resident can use their own tools to fill their sandbags. We are providing a maximum of 10 sandbags for use by our residents. Yesterday, approximately 5,000 sandbags were filled by residents, and thousands more are expected to be filled today. I talked already a little bit about our solid waste, but I do want to reiterate that because of the strong winds, curbside garbage, recycling, and large items and other yard waste collections in unincorporated Orange County have been canceled for tomorrow, Wednesday, August the 30th. The regular curbside collection schedule will resume on Thursday, August 31st. Residents with Wednesday collections will be serviced the following Wednesday, September the 6th. Residents should remove empty roll carts and any materials remaining at the curb and bring them back into the house or a secure location this evening. So if they picked up your trash today and those containers are still out by the roadway, we're asking you to please take them in tonight. We do not want them to be out. Residents should remove the empty roll carts and materials remaining again. The Orange County landfill and transfer stations are scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, tomorrow. All parks and recreation facilities operated by Orange County will close tonight at 8 p.m. That includes campgrounds, boat ramps, rentals, and other related programs. Individual sites and facilities will reopen sometime on Thursday after each location is assessed for storm damage and deemed safe for the public. So again, the boat ramps for unincorporated Orange County are expected to be closed, and that will keep people safe. This is not a time to be out on the waterways. With that, it is my privilege to turn the mic over to Congressman Maxwell Frost, who will share a few words from a federal perspective.
I appreciate it. I'll be brief. I'm Congressman Maxwell Alejandro Frost, representing Florida's 10th Congressional District. Both Congressman Darren Soto and I cover Orange County, representing it in the federal government. We're in close contact with the federal agencies that will also have a hand in ensuring that we get through this storm in a good way and recovery can be quick. That's FEMA, that's NOAA, it's the National Weather Service. And so both Congressman Soto and I will continue to work in close collaboration with all the municipal governments all across our districts, and especially the Orange County government. And just really quick, we want everyone to know, please take today to continue to prepare for the storm. Go to the store, get the supplies that you need, fill up your tank of gas, go home, and then stay home. So that way other folks who are out can ensure that they can prepare as well. A special message to people in manufactured housing, those trailer parks, trailer homes, trailer units. Please ensure you understand what the wind rating is for your unit and for your home. Like the mayor mentioned, we are going to have some pretty serious winds during the storm. It's going to be more of a windstorm, and it's important that folks understand, especially in trailers, can your home take that? If you're unsure or you can't find it, I would say play it safe and go to one of the 4 shelters that they have. The shelters that the county is setting up also can take pets, so it's better safe than sorry. I visited, and I just want to tell everyone, I visited the Emergency Operations Center this morning, got to meet with the amazing staff. We're in really good hands here in Orange County. We have top-notch staff who have been doing this for a long time, and we should all feel very grateful that we're in the good hands of our public staff doing good work here. We've been here before as a state and as a county, and we know how it is. Hope for the best and plan for the worst. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I want to reiterate to you that the Orange County Sheriff's Office is ready. We've done a lot to prepare. This morning we opened our agency's Emergency Operations Center, and that allows us to better coordinate with our state and local partners, particularly with the Orange County government, for how we respond to the storm. We've done everything we can to get ready. We've asked, our residents, make sure that you take these last few hours to prepare, seek shelter if you need to. Even though it may not be a direct hit, there's still going to be significant rain and significant wind. I would ask that if you don't need to be on the roads tonight and tomorrow, stay home. Let the emergency crews that are out there, let them have the roads to respond to emergencies. The Orange County Sheriff's Office will be closed tomorrow to the public, but rest assured our communication center is there to take emergency and non-emergency calls, and our deputies stand ready to respond to assist you. Like I said, even though it may not be a direct hit, there still may be a lot of wind and rain. There may be a lot of standing water. Don't drive through puddles of water. That is dangerous. If you see down power lines, don't think it's a cable line. It could be a power line and cause serious injury. So call those in, whether it's to 311 or to 911 or to our non-emergency number, and we'll get the proper crews out there. But once again, your sheriff's office is ready for this storm, and we're ready to support and keep Orange County safe. Now I'd like to call up Scott Howard from Orange County Public Schools.
Thank you, Under Sheriff Canty. District leadership continues to monitor and track Hurricane Idalia. Based on this morning's wind forecast, there will be no school for students tomorrow, August 30th, Wednesday. We do plan on returning to school on Thursday after assessments are made. The National Weather Service is projecting potential sustained wind speeds that will exceed 35 miles an hour in the north and west sides of town or of Orange County, and that will make it unsafe for our buses to travel on the roads. All after-school activities will end this evening by 8 p.m. and are canceled for tomorrow. Our 10 and 11-month employees will not be expected to report to work or to work from home tomorrow. Information regarding student makeup days will be forthcoming. Our 12-month employees who can work from home may do so, or they can enter leave time if they wish to take it off. Any 12-month employee who cannot perform their duties at home and need to report for recovery and cleanup will be able to come and to their work site between 10 and 11 a.m. tomorrow. That is to avoid the peak impacts of the storm. Any employee that has questions in regards to their assignments or what they need to do, they should contact their immediate supervisor. We will continue to communicate through phone calls, emails, text messages, as well as posting on OCPS social media pages and ocps.net any updates. Please be sure to follow Orange County Public Schools on those platforms. We strongly encourage everyone to continue to prepare for the possible impacts. We want to be safe, make sure that our students are safe. That is our top priority, as well as our employees. And just stay tuned for any additional updates as the storm approaches. We wish everyone well and to be safe. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Duke Energy is prepared for Hurricane Idalia. We currently have more than 1,000 trucks in place and on their way to our village's staging location, which is just south of Ocala, and we continue to have others arrive from the Midwest. This area is far enough away from the storm to keep our linemen and materials safe, but close enough for us to rapidly respond after the storm passes. Once it's safe enough for our resources to deploy, they will immediately start restoring power. With a Category 3 hurricane, it is very possible and even likely we could experience down power lines or other equipment damage. We ask all of our customers, as you've heard here today, to avoid and stay away from all down power lines. These are very dangerous and life-threatening. Also, please stay away from flooded areas. As we all know, electricity and water do not mix. While it is inconvenient for our customers to lose power, it is extremely important that we all remember safety should always be first. Duke Energy's first priority is the safety of our customers. For more updates and to report an outage, we ask you to visit duke-energy.com. You can also text OUT to 57801 if you have an outage. And please stay safe. And next, I'll pass it off to Janice Osani with OUC.
Thank you, Lisa. OUC prepares for storm season all year by strengthening our electric and water infrastructure, improving our outage management system, and training staff. Right now, OUC electric and water crews, engineers, and many behind-the-scenes personnel are ready to restore power quickly and as safely as possible should our service territory be impacted tonight and throughout tomorrow. This includes having supplies such as wooden poles, pole-mounted transformers, cable, and overhead wire on hand. We're also working with the Florida Municipal Electric Association in the event mutual aid is needed here or in other parts of the state. We've reached out to our customers to provide storm preparation and safety messaging tips. This information can be found at ouc.com at our storm center. We encourage customers to update their contact information at our website, my.ouc.com, and register for outage alerts in English or in Spanish by texting REG to 69682. Making safety first is a core value at OUC, and we also want to remind our customers of some safety messages. Select a safe spot for generators. Never run a generator in an enclosed space or indoors. Always place it at least 20 feet from your house with the engine exhaust pointed away from your dwelling. Stay away from power lines that have fallen or are sagging. Consider any power lines, as well as trees, pooled water, or limbs to be energized as well. As Idalia approaches, our crews are ready to respond throughout the night so long as it is safe, and we will continue to keep you informed with any information that we have. Thank you very much. I'd like to bring up Dr. Robert Karsh with the Florida Department of Health, Orange County.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you, Mayor. The Florida Department of Health, in partnership with Orange County government, has opened 2 special needs shelters for people with special health care needs. These are people who are electricity dependent upon for supplemental oxygen, memory impaired, or have limitations in mobility. As Mayor Deming said, these special needs shelters are located at the Silver Star Recreation Center at 2801 North Apopka Vineland Road and at the Goldenrod Orlando Magic Recreation Gym at 4863 North Goldenrod Road. Again, for everybody who is planning to come to the special needs shelters, caregivers are welcome. Please assist your client if you'd like to come. The special needs shelters are pet friendly, as has been mentioned before. Again, come with identification, medication lists, all of your medications. Try to have a 3-day supply at least of your medications. Come with your personal hygiene items, phone charger if necessary. Okay, and again, it's been mentioned, I do want to reiterate, given our experience with Hurricane Ian last fall, the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning really warrant repetition. Don't use generators in or around inside the house, and always keep these generators at least 20 feet away from open windows. Again, the Florida Department of Health prepares for emergencies such as this year-round, and so we are prepared to protect Orange County's residents. The Florida Department of Health will be closed tomorrow, but we should reopen for normal operation on Thursday. Thank you. Mayor?
Good afternoon. And again, I'm going to thank all of you for being here to continue to get that message, all these messages that are so important out to our community. So at this point, as you've heard, most people should be almost 100% prepared. So we want to make sure you know we're in the operations center. We are fully staffed. We'll be here all night long, as we know the winds are supposed to get worse overnight. And we will be here to continue to prepare for our respond and take care of our citizens until the emergency has, subsided. And even after that, we'll still be here to take care of things. We have over 200 partners that we work with in Orange County Emergency Management and Orange County that come together in times like these to respond to every need of our county. So I'll just leave you with this. Prepared community is a strong community. So whatever you need to take care of, get it done now. And I agree, staying off the roadways. I hear a lot of things are closed tomorrow. That's great, but stay off the roads and leave those roads for first responders so that we can all do our job and help our citizens recover. Thank you.
Okay, before I open it up for any questions, just a few things. Just want to remind you again, let's all work together. If we work together, we can take care of each other. And talking about taking care of each other, been a lot of question about what are we going to do about the population that lives on the streets of our community, the homeless population. We have gone through great lengths to make certain that they get taken care of as well. We have Ms. Martha R. from the Homeless Services Network who has joined us here today, should there be any questions regarding that. But the customary homeless shelters here, the Salvation Army, the Coalition for the Homeless, they have assured me that they have planned for extra capacity at those existing facilities. But in addition, we have opened up these public shelters that we talked about already. Also, I want to just acknowledge that this big collaborative that you see here behind me, we're all working very diligently. After the storm passes tomorrow, just be reassured we will be doing our reassessments and deliberately working to reopen our government services as soon as we possibly can. We just want to ensure that our employees are safe to be able to return to work, and we believe that Thursday will be the best day for us to reopen. Our Head Start facilities are going to be closed, consistent with what the Orange County Public Schools will be doing, as the Orange County Head Starts often work on the school campuses. So our children in Head Start will not be attending until Thursday, it appears at this point. Our after-school programs, and that has been done in partnership with numerous community organizations, will be closing also on Wednesday, and they will not reopen until at least Thursday. So with that, I'm going to open it up for any questions that anyone may have at this time. I do see Steve Hudak's hand went up first. With the Orlando Sentinel, yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Have you provided any information or a guidance to the theme parks and to the airport? Because I think they're still open right now.
Well, we're in pretty good shape. Earlier, we had an update by our airport. Because of the wind speeds that's expected for the majority of the period of time, our airport is going to remain open. Of course, there may be some periods of time where the flights won't take off, but that is going to be something that they will take into consideration. The Tampa airport, is my understanding, will be closing tomorrow. And so our airport, because we will be minimally impacted, that's our prayer, is our airport will be open as a result of that. In terms of the theme parks, our theme parks at this point are likely going to remain open for the majority of the time, but they will have to make a call based upon the actual weather circumstances at the time. I suspect that there will be some times that they may periodically close, but we'll wait to hear any final decisions from them later today. Okay. With that, any other questions?
Since we're in Inland County, are we prepared to handle an influx of people who are evacuating from some of our coastal counties?
I am told from Visit Orlando that kind of monitors the hotel room availability. We have substantial hotel rooms available for those who may evacuate from the coastal counties and look for a safe place to come. That is something that we often do. Our hotel occupancy levels are still at a level where people can come in. That is part of the role that we play in a statewide response for the entire peninsula.
For the Hispanic community, algún mensaje en español que quieran hacerla a las comunidades hispanas que estén a esta hora en vivo por Telemundo, que viven en zonas vulnerables como casas móviles. Sabemos que no hay orden de evacuación voluntaria, pero alguna recomendación para quien tenga una vivienda vulnerable.
So I failed to mention that if we have other languages, we have the ability to do some translation. Idalia Torres from my office is going to do some of the translation for Spanish. But we also have several of our commissioners who are here who are bilingual, and I'm sure if there are any tough questions, they'll be glad to step up to the plate and answer those questions. Idalia, do you have the question?
Yes, sir. For the Spanish-speaking population, there is an understanding that there are no mandatory evacuations, but for those living home or trailer parks, if there is a particular recommendation for them in Spanish or message we could share in Spanish.
At this time, there are no mandated curfews.
En este momento no hay órdenes de quedarse en casa.
In terms of alternative shelter locations, they are welcome at any of those public shelters that we announced.
Y voy a corregir, no hay órdenes de evacuación mandatoria, pero las personas pueden asistir a los refugios que se han habilitado.
We, by the way, Orange TV is providing some coverage today and translation from English to Spanish.
Nuestro canal de televisión, Orange TV, está proporcionando cobertura y transmisión también en español.
Our communications team will put out a communication at the conclusion of this press briefing in Spanish.
Al concluir esta rueda de prensa, nuestro equipo de comunicación emitirá avisos en español.
We will also be putting out a communication in Creole.
También estaremos compartiendo información en creol, haitiano creol.
Okay. Other questions?
Is the county considering any type of evacuation orders at this time?
At this time, we are not looking at mandatory evacuation. And that is because of the projected wind speeds and rainfall that the National Weather Service has provided us with. We believe that we are okay without having to do mandatory evacuations. However, we have gone into vulnerable communities such as the mobile home parks and suggested to people that they consider relocating. With that, let me just say thank you all for coming. We'll get through it, and we're looking at perhaps sometime tomorrow afternoon coming back, doing a recap after we do our assessments. We believe that that will likely be sometime afternoon tomorrow, and an announcement will be made. So we are just optimistic at this point that we will be minimally impacted, but we're prepared for the worst just in case. Thank you all again.